Alright, we back. It's hindsight. We just saw the black phone. The black phone. And
Blumhouse Productions.
yeah, Blumhouse. I don't know nothing about them.
They're the horror.
Well, they did a
guys.
great. Yeah. Because I've seen their thing pop up on a lot of horror scary movies, but that was good.
All right.
That was pretty good.
So I'm gonna read the IMDb summary, and then
We don't need the summary. We'll just say the director, Scott
After
Derrickson.
being abducted by a child killer and locked in a soundproof basement, a 13-year-old boy starts receiving calls on a disconnected phone from the killer's previous victims. Just to set the stage, you know what I'm saying?
Director Scott Derrickson. It was starring Mason Thames, Madeline McGregor, Jeremy Davies, James Ranson, and Ethan Hawke. I don't know who none of those people are except Ethan Hawke. And whoever the kid was, he snapped. He was a great. I love the kid. I love both of the kids, and I don't even like kids in movies.
Classic, kind of 80s Amblin, kids. Very, I think it was set in the 70s, so.
It felt like Split a little bit, but I liked it.
Split? How so?
Dude getting kept in the basement by somebody who seemed to have multiple personalities.
I guess a little bit. I didn't really get multiple personality vibes.
Like the different masks represented
yeah,
different
yeah,
aspects of himself, or like,
I guess so.
like it was like he was a family
he was
inside of his head or something.
Yeah, it was like mix and match. Like sometimes he would wear a frowny face, sometimes he would wear a smiley face.
But each one seemed
And,
like it was a character.
Yeah,
like he had
like
the,
sometimes it would
the
be
bottom,
just the
sometimes
bottom.
the top.
Yeah.
And that one seemed like more effeminate.
I didn't
And then one
really-
seemed like the angry dad. It was like he was already living that experience with his father. Was kind of like what the dude was abused is kind of how it felt. And he liked him
Yeah, I think
because like he could feel the
no
parallel
doubt
a little
It
bit.
was a metaphor for like child abuse and all the parallels with his own father and bullying and alcoholic father and I enjoyed it overall.
That movie was fire. It was literally Maverick. It was a movie I was like, this is gonna be whack, and I really enjoyed it. And we spoiled it here on
Honestly,
Hindsight. The
yeah.
ending is awesome.
We'll have to talk about that because I don't. This guy's just circling. He's following us.
Yeah,
He's
we
about to
got
kill
a
us.
Robot Truck as our special guest today. He's really loud and opinionated.
Some balloons about to come out of the car.
Nah, I ain't getting grabbed.
Grabber.
That was
Or
funny.
is
I
it
like the name
like
the grabber.
maybe like child
Yeah.
molestation. That's also another thing.
Yeah, I could. It felt like everybody was getting molested and killed, but maybe they were just getting killed. I couldn't even tell. But he said naughty time, and I figured that meant something pretty bad.
Also, I loved how the first scene was Asian bro playing baseball, and then at the end he swung the phone like a bat, kind of like mirroring that first scene. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I didn't catch that one. No pun intended. But no, I literally didn't. Yeah, I didn't know. I was just too busy being mesmerized by him slapping him in the head consistently over and over and over and over again.
Who's slapping who in the head?
When he was hitting him with the phone.
Oh, yeah.
I like how the phone
Yeah,
played
that was
so many
intense.
roles in
That
the
was
movie.
intense.
It literally was like a living, breathing character. Seriously.
Yeah, it was very trippy. And that's, I don't know. The fact that there was so many supernatural elements, I don't know if I actually like that about it.
I like that more. Because it
very
was almost like
confusing.
they were all crazy to a certain extent. Like the mom was
why did
crazy.
why did you have to add that element? It just confused. If it was all, I guess, if
It
there's
made
a phone,
it more interesting.
if there's a phone that's unplugged, then that whole idea can't be grounded in reality because it doesn't make any sense. But I guess it's just, I don't know, like a heightened reality. And the girl was having the dreams, the premonitions and everything. I didn't really get that. Why?
I thought it made it more interesting. It was better than a normal kidnapping movie where they just get kidnapped and then they die. It had like another sci-fi element. But yeah, I thought the sci-fi elements were dope. I thought they added to it because it was different. It was like something I hadn't really seen. I guess I have seen that in those kind of movies, but it was cool just to watch the connection of the kids. You know what I mean? And like the trippy cuts back and forth and almost like their insertion into that supernatural world a certain kind of way. We're like how it's kind of linking everybody, and the ghosts of the kids and his sister being able to like kind of see them and connect with them, as well as them calling him on the phone.
Why did the sister have to? The sister really didn't do much. It was just
She did nothing. It was
the
him.
Trauma of
It
the
was
past
the growth.
kids.
It was the growth from him. He freed himself.
Yeah.
He fought back and
I mean,
freed himself.
It was all the kids that helped him and tried.
Well,
and
for
failed.
sure, but he was able to fight back and free himself. Like at the end of the day, no one never came to save him. That's at the real end of the day.
Yeah, he stood up for himself.
He finally,
like,
was able to do it after getting bullied the whole time. I thought that was cool. Usually these good movies don't end on this kind of happy note, and I thought he did a good job. People were cheering in the theater, and I was noise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking cheering in the
that
theater.
cheering was 100% warranted.
Yeah, I'll agree. Maybe they were doing the most, for sure. But yeah, come on. Him and the balloons and the spray and how he was grabbing these kids and how a lot of kids really did die. You know what I mean? Usually they're trying
died,
but those kids are dead. And I liked how it was weaved into the story.
Oh, you're saying another movie, they'd just be trapped somewhere.
Yeah, and they found them like, oh, they're down in the basement. Oh, they're about to suffocate, but to somehow survive. We made it in time. But those people were dead.
Yeah.
They were definitely dead. They were under the ground. Buried. And we saw them looking disgusting as ghosts. I love those shots.
I guess,
those are pretty good too.
Fucking Ethan Hawke, so he just goes around and waits for kids to try to escape and then tortures him and then kills them.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Like that was his shtick, or he was probably abused as a child, and that's how it manifested.
Yeah, that's his serial killer persona.
Yeah, because I mean, or like that was his family. You know what I mean? Like, and he was just playing his family or something with those masks. Like, it was weird, but
it's interesting. Like, in another world, the main character kid could have learned the wrong lessons
and become him.
Become him.
Legit. That's why I was saying. Like, that's why I feel like he had the connection. He's like, "What's your name?" You know what I mean? Like there was something different going on for him. Like he could feel the pain.
Yeah.
Like this kid's been, he's felt this before.
You think he would have let him go that one time?
I think he might have let him go, low key.
Yeah.
Low key. Yeah, I really thought he would have let him go because he seemed to have some screws loose.
What happened to make him not?
He lied. He lied about his name.
He lied. Yeah, he was like, my name's Tyler Hobbs.
So yeah, then he threw the eggs on the ground.
But all those little clues sort of helped at the end of the day, or at the end of the final scene.
Yep, it all
like
came
even the
together.
steak thing. I was like, why the fuck is there just steak in this freezer for the dog?
Oh yeah, I was like, oh, is that the kids? I thought that was the kids' bodies, like all chopped up or something, but it was just normal steak.
Yeah, it was weird though, especially those dream sequences.
I loved those. Those were fun. But it was just, I guess the last one was a little bit interesting because it was like, was she in all of those? Like I don't know. Was she there for all the calls or something, or? That part kind of, or that was just that last call she was there
cool,
for.
Though. That was a cool scene.
Well, that's why I liked it.
Find out about that last dude with the pinball, like the guy, and then he just beats.
And the sign, like 774, what was everywhere, like, you know what I mean? Like it was just a whole bunch
address.
It was a very signy dream.
Yeah. But I guess that's how dreams are. And her obsession with Jesus.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That was fun.
And I like how they set it up with the mom and everything. Like, yo, she was crazy and she killed herself. Like the dead spirits were talking to her and she just went crazy. You know what I mean? Same way they were talking to everybody else, like her kids. But like they just, you know what I mean? Like they had each other or something. Like they manifested it differently than how moms did, and she was just like, "Oh, I'm dead."
Yeah. There wasn't, a ton revealed about the mom. gather it.
And he probably was getting beat as a kid because he was saying people were calling him on the phone or something weird like that. Because remember, he was saying like he can hear it too. The grabber can hear the phone too.
What, the grabber can hear the phone?
Yeah. Remember they were saying that at the beginning, like the grabber hears the phone, like he was the one who used to get beat for probably saying like there's ghosts or something like that.
Oh, I missed that.
Because remember the grabber kept being like, it doesn't work, but they were saying like he could hear it.
The grabber said he could hear it, but it doesn't work?
The grabber was saying it doesn't, the phone doesn't work. He kept saying that,
like,
but the kids were saying, the kids were saying like he can hear, the grabber can hear the phone. He just is trying to ignore it. Like he
made an excuse. He was like, "Oh,
like
sometimes
doing
the static electricity will make the phone ring, but it doesn't actually."
Yeah, like he was getting beat as a kid because he was saying that the phone was working and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that was literally his child experience.
Yeah.
And he was just doing it to people because he's just traumatized.
I found it interesting that I thought he would come down more times and be like, why is all this fucking stuff here?
Yeah, messed up. That was my only thing in this movie. I'm like, bro, he pulled the grate out of the window and had the string still hanging there when bro came in, and it was just like a mute point. Like,
I thought he would come down more times.
But he really, he just will come to the steps, say something or leave some food, and go back upstairs.
Yeah, maybe that was like his favorite meal was eggs and fucking
water.
No, it was like sparkling.
And the bottles, it's like I couldn't understand the supernatural powers. I will say that, like they would hit at different levels.
Really
bottles
happens?
are spinning and
what physically is going on like in the real world? Because it's a lot of, I don't know, if it's like a real kidnapping thing, then the stakes are lowered just because there's like so much crazy weird shit happening.
There was a lot of I think that the stakes were lower. I liked it better that way, though. I liked it better as a more, it felt more fun because of that.
Yeah,
like with the
really
bottle
didn't
spinning.
Know what to expect.
Yeah, and it's like, because when the bottle was spinning, I'm like, okay, that's normal bottle spin stuff, and then it points in a direction. But then it just goes up at a 45-degree angle and points at the window, and I'm like, what? Okay, I'm like, the spirits are really talking now. Like, we doing whatever.
It could just be, all in his head.
And the ghosts are just like doing something to him. You know what I mean? Like making him see stuff the same way the daughter or the sister saw something. Like when she was riding her bike and they all just appeared outside.
Maybe
like
the whole family has.
That's what I'm saying. They got like psychic powers from moms.
So all the stuff that he was even hearing on the phone and seeing, like, that was all part of just the family's just. Crazy.
Even the way he put the phone up to the grabber at the end, and the grabber, could hear them talking.
Yeah. I guess when you look at it from that way, I think I like that. I like it more because it tracks. Like,
and the dad was all upset about it, like, those damn dreams aren't real. The damn dreams are. He was going crazy.
Yeah, that was disturbing.
Yeah,
he was
honestly,
fucking beating her.
There was so much crazy shit at the beginning of that movie, and that part was the weirdest. It was like when he's just whipping his daughter.
Yeah.
But and that was after we were seeing blood and all that weird stuff at the beginning.
Don't you dare drop that bottle, otherwise it's gonna be twice as hard.
That was crazy. You could feel that. I don't know. That was strong.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the dad really did. He really learn a lesson?
No, he did. I felt like he was just a flat character arc, kind of. Like, he was just literally there and then crying at the end. His son was gone, but he still felt like an alcoholic to me. I thought he was going to be like, I'll never drink again or do something, but he just cried on the ground and, He was not. He was just a non-factor for the most part in the film.
Yeah.
But he added. He did add. He added to he was kind of just an antagonistic figure.
Yeah, no, it was a little bit interesting to see his completely abusive moments, but also I love you and super one time he's 1 second he's beating them the other second he's like
taking his daughter out to see if they could find the house that the son could possibly be at because of a dream. So I mean, like, yeah, it was a strange ebb and flow, but yeah, I felt like, yeah, he just was going crazy. He didn't know how to deal with the death of his wife. That was what I felt like his character was. Like, he just went into alcohol because his wife went crazy and killed herself, or was hearing spirits and killed herself. R.I.P. R.I.P. No, I thought that the camera stuff was fun. Like when they hit all the ghost stuff, that was like the most jumpy thing for me. Was that first time when you see the ghost.
I mean, yeah, it was a couple jump scares.
Yeah, they did a good job. Like I don't know.
Like jump scares just for jump scares, but
it was story based.
Sometimes, cause it's like when you least expect some shit to happen.
And I don't know. I just like what they were doing.
All the ghosts were like revealed.
Like the whole the dream sequence thing, like how those were shot. I really liked that. That was cool for me when she would like be in her dreams. Like, and really
low quality.
And like how it started out that way too. Like when the film is just starting out and it's like, and the fade outs when the kids are getting kidnapped. Like I thought they were doing a fun cinematography type tricks to like tell the story. You know what I'm talking about, when the first kids are getting kidnapped and they do those fades to black.
When they get kidnapped and then
before we like have seen any of the balloon scenes, but it's just like the kid, we see a black band and then it fades to black.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, because it's like they're losing consciousness because they're drugged them at first. But yeah, and even just the intensity, like the close. The camera felt so close, especially in those kidnapping scenes.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like a lot of shaky cam, a lot of paranormal activity.
Yeah, like literally the camera was in the balloons. Like I was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was cool.
Shyamalan
I like the way they were doing that, because I felt the camera was telling the story, and that was nice for me. That was nice. I never could figure out what those masks meant, but I know they meant something. I was trying to like gauge, like, does this one mean like is this person or that that person?
At first it was like, it's just like a Joker type thing.
Because there was like, there was the one with no mouth on it. There was the one with the smile on it.
But then it was interesting.
And then it was just like started switching up through all the variations.
I did notice there was at the beginning when it was like the full mask, I noticed there was like a split. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, why does it necessarily have to have? Why does the mask have to be separated in any way?
He just kept breaking off pieces. It was like he was revealing something, like going down through the layers, but I couldn't even follow. I feel like they were trying to say something, but I just couldn't gather.
And then even like when he was at the end, when his whole face was revealed, he was like,
I'm like, nigga, shut up. You're about to get yourself killed.
Like why does that even matter to him to have that mask on at that point?
I don't know. Maybe
there was probably
something there to
maybe there's a scar on his face. I think there was that he was just embarrassed about. Maybe, I don't know, it was from his dad or something.
I don't know, but that was weird, and it definitely got him killed. I like that scene though, when he killed this guy. I thought that was fun. Had all his traps. Everybody had just added a little piece to his trap to make that work out.
Yeah.
Even down to the steak.
Trust me. Yeah.
But because he was the only one. You know what I mean? He said, I've tried to do it before, but no one else could hear. I'm glad it's you.
But why? Why is it him?
Because, man,
I guess he just,
his mom was in touch with the spirits.
I guess.
He's a medium.
I guess.
And that was like Dad's worst fear, was for that to be his kids.
If it wasn't him,
then another nigga would have been dead.
Been dying.
Left and right.
I really didn't like his brother just being there and trying to solve the case. And just, that was so dumb to me.
It showed me. I felt like somebody had to die.
It was so bad.
We had to watch somebody die, and it just had to be him.
I felt, I mean, clearly it was like a humorous comedic
but
moment,
it still was too far for a humorous comedic moment, because he did just kill his fucking brother. Literally just kills his brother. He opens the door, kills his brother, calls him idiot. like what?
And even just his brother's character in general, like I didn't think it was funny at all.
But I thought it was kind of funny. I just didn't think it was very necessary to anything.
He's like a civilian detective trying to like figure out this case, and it's
who's high off cocaine.
Yeah, right in his basement. Like,
yeah, that was the thing. It's like he's literally looking at the map and then realizes, oh, that's here. Like, oh, we live in the center.
So that's by far the worst part of the movie. I mean, thankfully it wasn't that much of the movie.
Yeah, that was like barely 5 minutes. But you know, it did help.
It was like levity.
It helped throw you off because the cops did come to that house and they did that cut that went to the basement, and I'm like, what? Who is this guy and why are we in the basement at his house? I thought it was actually a cut. You know what I mean? To another place, but it was same place.
At first, I was like sometimes they'll do that just as a
as a transition, but it was literally that same basement.
Yeah.
And that part made it worth it for me.
Oh, just having that.
Yeah, because it's like it comes down, and I'm just like, oh, that was a transition. But no, they were telling you like, no, he's actually in this guy's basement.
Yeah, and he just happened to be staying at his
psycho killer brother's house.
Yeah, so he was staying there, and then he had all the time, like all this time to just map out.
Yeah, and my other thing was like, how did the brother? Oh, because that's why everything was getting messed up. Because the brother was actually trying to figure it out. That's what he kept saying. Like, you may be the last one or something like that. Like, my brother's doing something. Like, he was saying my brother's doing something, and it never made sense. And then it made sense. You know what I mean? Like, my brother's messing this up because he's looking too hard, or he's like digging into this.
Right. Because he was saying at the beginning, like, I need to deal with some stuff upstairs.
Yep.
I guess, it was, what do they call it?
Foreshadowing.
But also, like, a red herring to, like, throw you off. Is that what it's called?
Probably, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But it did throw me off. It was throwing me off for sure.
What else? I mean, it was it was like...
It was good. I like the music too. Like, the music was solid. It would always jump to something crazy, like for like the crazy moments. I could actually feel the music shift, and they're that weird, like, that dissonance that makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, the violin
and then it was, what was that one, like for like the last kind of sequence? It had like, I wish I could remember, but it was like a weird, like more electro-y kind of beat, but it still had that old vibe. Oh crap, I can't remember, but that was hitting very nicely for me. He just like switched up all of a sudden. It was like creepy, but it was like retro.
Yeah, music can really heighten the tension.
They did a good job, especially because it was like a lot of just a dude on the phone. That was a whole lot of movie as a kid on the phone.
It's like all those movies, like The Room, and like, there's a whole genre of movies that's someone trapped somewhere trying to get out. 119 million hours, or whatever that was. 127 hours.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well.
Yeah. It's like the scale is sort of low and like is smaller.
Just a neighborhood. It's just a little neighborhood killer.
Yeah, only a couple of characters. I mean, there's a whole school of characters, I guess.
But yeah, they're all irrelevant. They're just bullies. They were there to set the stage, but they're kind of irrelevant to the movie, just to show his growth.
I liked.
You can say, call me Phil.
Phil or Finn?
Finn. Call me Finn.
Finny.
Yeah, I killed the grabber bitch. I'm not the same.
Wait, I didn't get why that was supposed to be so satisfying. Like, why Finn instead of Finny? Like,
honestly, I couldn't tell. I don't know if that happened earlier and I missed something, but
I don't
maybe
so.
It just seemed like he was more confident. I will just say that. Because remember, he was scared to even talk to her the first time, and then he just was like, actually, call me Finn.
Yeah, all the bully stuff at school was pretty good.
And that was graphic. I will say, like, that had me feeling some type of way, watching them little kids get kicked and ground and busted in the head and bleeding. I'm like, wow, like, was my childhood like this?
I definitely saw some people getting into some shit.
But it was just graphic to see all that. It was cool though. No, I think it
And
added to it.
Fucking Karate Kid. He fucking
Beat the crap out that little boy. I like Karate Kid. I heard somebody say when we were walking out the movie, like, they're like, man, he gave the least contribution of all the kids on the phone. I was like,
a Karate Kid at the end?
yeah, but I'm like, he gave him courage, and that's what he needed.
Well, you told him how to
do the phone, yeah.
That's the most important part.
Give him a little two-step. Yeah, I thought that was nice how like the ghosts were helping him. And just like the way it looked, like it was like he couldn't see them, but their spirits were there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the whole concept is just like using like they didn't die for nothing. Like they got a little bit. They used
each got closer, or they found a different way. Each of them found a different way to escape, and they all came together to help him escape.
And all those pieces, just came together.
The wire, lessons. The refrigerator, the window, the fucking.
Even though, like, what did the window do?
The window did nothing. He just got some confidence that maybe, the dude fell on the storm grate, I feel like, when he fell down in that hole. And it cracked his leg,
ankle. Yep. Because, that was to build the trap. Like.
Yep, that worked out. And then the wire to trip him, lost his balance, fell through the carpet. It was done deal. And then it was phone, ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, all in your head. That was satisfying. And like, the phone just had so much meaning throughout the movie. It was literally a character that was great. I like when like inanimate objects can like have life. Nope, rate it.
What do I gotta rate it first?
I'll give it an 8.5.
Give it an 8.
It'll land somewhere around there then. That was a good one though. I like that. Unexpected gem.
Yeah. Mostly agree with that. Really great ideas. I wish there was maybe a little bit more at the end to just.
No, I thought they were doing too much. I thought they should have cut it at the save. I liked that they gave him a little confidence boost at the end, but like that was just they could have just ended it at the save.
Yeah, again, maybe it's just the dad. I feel like he needed to fucking learn the lesson.
No, it don't matter.
I feel like he needs to be the one down there.
It was like they learned the lesson though, so it was all good. And I one of the things I do want to talk about is I liked how in most movies like this, or like I guess most movies in this genre, ghosts are bad. And in this one, the ghosts were like the heroes. And it was the guy who was bad, but all the ghosts were like his friends who helped him get through this situation instead of like the ones haunting him. And it was a horror movie where ghosts were his friends.
That's true. Ghostbusters.
And even when it's like it was like a jumpy moments, they were still helping him out. You were surprised when you see a little nigga standing there with something coming out of his head and bleed blood all over his face.
Just floating.
Yeah.
On his back, fucking bent over like fucking.
And see, like it was stuff like that where it's just like I know they were doing it for the story, but it's like he could see some ghosts and couldn't see other. Like what are the rules? But irrelevant. It was good.
He could see all the ghosts, I think.
No, he couldn't.
Well, they were all there.
They were there, but he couldn't see them. Remember, because he could only see the one hanging. That was the only time he had any type of like reaction to a ghost.
Some of the ghosts were like behind him, so I think they were all could potentially see them all. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Your time's almost up.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. It was very it with the balloons and but like it definitely didn't go there, which I was thankful for. It wasn't like an alien.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I like that. It was just a normal dude with some problems kidnapping kids, and then the ghosts of the dead kids were helping.
The detectives, I don't know.
Man, they seemed hella incompetent, but at the end of the day, I guess, you know what I mean? Legit.
And here's the thing, maybe
even
it's
for
the
them to
lesson.
find that basement was pretty good.
Here's the lesson. Maybe it's like, yeah, it's the thing of
Save yourself.
the adults can't quite solve it. Like, it's the kids that have to solve this.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like what? Like
It's the kids
it's
that
like
that's
it's
the
like
favorite.
Charlie Brown, you know? It's like the adults, like
Yeah,
they're
want. No, I don't know. It just felt like a save yourself. You know what I mean? Makes you fear to save yourself. Wasn't that deep? I feel like it was deep on the like trauma side. That side went deep, but like the story itself was like, pretty basic.
Then why even involve detectives at all?
I could not. I feel like the movie had to have that kind of genre. You know what I mean? Like the genre had to have those kind of roles. Like there's always the detective who's peeking around just to raise tension, just to make you feel like, oh, what are they gonna discover next? Oh, did they find a clue? You know what I mean? But like really,
They barely did shit.
all they did was kind of find the door to where the bodies were, and that was
Only
after the little
because,
girl
like,
found it in the
yeah.
dream.
And they didn't believe her.
And they went to the house where he was being killed
And
and
it was
just
wrong.
Yeah, that's
Because
funny.
it was the one across the street.
No, it was both of them. He owned
yeah,
both
yeah.
houses.
But
the dead kids are who was talking to her. You know what I mean? So that's probably why she was having that vision. That was actually really creepy though.
You thought the dead kids were talking to her at first.
Like where the vision, like I mean
Why
in the
couldn't-
dreams, I think the dead kids were talking to her in the
Yeah.
dreams, and then on the phone with him.
Why couldn't he have those dreams then?
Because he probably just wasn't as talented as she was. You know, it's like one kid has better athletic ability than the other sibling, and maybe she was just more comfortable with herself, and she, you know what I mean, could tap into the power different because her personality and his were
man.
quite different.
Jesus.
Maybe it was Jesus.
Jesus.
She put everything out. She had the Bible, she had the cross, she had the dollhouse,
Praying to Jesus. That's
she had
one
the
difference.
pamphlet. Yeah.
She would.
Oh,
she
yeah, that's
prayed
real.
to
She was,
God.
she was praying, and maybe she was getting the sign she was asking for.
She doubted for a minute, but then she.
And this could have been a religious story, low key. Like, it's like the story of Job or some shit, like the book of Job translated into a horror movie. God, why have you forsaken me? I actually don't know what the book of Job is about. It just sounds about right. It's probably right. Yeah, shout outs. Big shout outs to the Bible gang. Yeah, that's all I got. Good movie. Good movie.
That's pretty much it for me. Yeah. Solid.
Good movie. And we out.